of the fan vote, has worked incredibly hard, and at 28 years old is the big brother for the team. This is quite an opportunity.
Lin Shidong versus Liang Jingkun. First game, Ling to serve, love all.
So the Shidong show, the star of it, will start with the serves in this best-of-7 championship match. Jeez, the first shot here after his serve.
It is that good that sometimes you just laugh. That dismissive Lin Shidong backhand. Is it safe to call it the best backhand in the world right now, Adam?
All.
Yes. I hesitate to put the absolute stamp on it. I just can't think of who else you could really say. I mean, there are a lot of good backhands in the world, a few that are close, but yeah, no doubt about it for me.
And even in that match against Lin Winru, who he somehow never even lost to, away from the table, those backhands that he were playing, crazy.
Yeah, if you can go toe-to-toe backhand to Lin Winru's forehand in an open rally, that's a statement. Smart play, Liang Jingkun right back. It happens so quickly. Lin Shidong, just as he starts to move the other way, expects it cross-court. Liang Jingkun says, I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, used his peripheral vision brilliantly there. Just catches the edge there, Lin Shidong. Got a good start from both.
He's very comfortable to open with that backhand, whether it's the touch game, the soft spin, or the powerful, powerful shots. So you saw the versatility in the backhand here from Lin Shidong. But then Liang Jingkun using that experience. Watch him move it towards the elbow.
You kind of use the fact that Lin Shidong is a relatively backhand-orientated Chinese player to his advantage by making it a guessing game whether he's going to go, you know, to the middle or to the forehand.
Quick turn on this one, the speed. I've been talking to a lot of new fans to the sport, and even some old ones who've said it's incredible how fast these players move.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know if table tennis is a sport, then look no further. The proof is in the pudding.
And the pudding is on the table. They would clean it if it was, but they're trying to put the ball back on the table time and time again here. From under the table, the heavy spin. Lin Shidong using that upper body, the lower body really, to move and support as he leans out of the way.
4-5.
Yeah, very, very proactive play on that forehand, but Liang Jingkun handcuffing play inside the table here. Nice receive.
Please off your flash. Thank you. 4-5.
Oh, it comes back with interest. Lin Shidong here using Liang Jingkun's shot to his advantage. She was there to hit it, actually, Liang. I don't think expected it back to where it had come from because that wide forehand was so open.
And the way he did it, it came back very awkwardly, not a lot of rotation, not the usual shot. There's so many subtleties to the game, and that's part of the reason Liang Jingkun has managed to be inside the top 5 for some time now. Leaps forward, gets on the toes to find that deep corner. On the move, this shot. Feet don't have to be on the ground. He's just floating as he rips this ball.
That is line blurring, because she felt like Liang had gained that good position at the table, switching the direction of play. Lin Shidong not even fully behind the backhand when he took it on. That's scary.
Back at 6 points apiece here out of the second towel break. Idea was right for me, but I do feel a sense of struggle from Lin Shidong. Plays a few shallow, and then looks for the deep shot on the table here. It just feels to me like he recognizes that somebody knows how to shut down his game more than he's used to. And then that happens. Man, speaking of shutting down.
I mean, it's going to happen. Liang Jingkun just has to try and embrace it.
I think you also have to remember, it's just 1 point.
That's right.
And the service game, subtleties on the pendulum, outright point, because he's got a big threat waiting for a third ball as well.
Looked like it was laced with topspin, that pendulum serve, by the fact that Lin Shidong pushed it long, but have to see that one back. Wow.
Yeah, we also have to remember at any given moment, a player could even have an underspin serve and just be thinking, I want to send this baseline.
Correct.
Right into the middle here, Lin Shidong catching in between the forehand and backhand. Must win by 2 at the business end of game number 1, still neck and neck. There it is, the backhand a little bit more on the parallel after quite an exchange.
Just the sweet spot on this shot. I mean, on average, it's been Lin Shidong playing a little bit further away from the table to give himself space to play these and time. Liang's dealt with it well, but here, Lin Shidong taking the lead.
Ooh! He's got the feeling, but the pressure was Liang Jingkun moving back into the table after this net ball. He's right there, so as soon as you decide to play passively, he makes his move, and it makes him want to keep it a little bit more short on the table. So a little fortune, and the last 2-serve combination will be with the 4th seed, world number 4, Liang Jingkun. Tempting serve right near the baseline, inviting it. Taking his chances, Lin Shidong.
Yeah, obviously felt like he had a chance there, but barely attackable, half long.
Top of the net, he clears game number 1 to Liang Jingkun, being a finalist at a Singapore Smash match.
Yeah, obviously there'll be some points to be taken off as well. But yeah, I think Lin Shidong, should I say, will become the world number 1 if he wins this for the very, very first time in his career.
19 years old. Not so common to see a 19-year-old world number 1. I'm sure WTT will get you all the details about that.
We know that Kwai Man was prevented the Triple Crown. She would have been the youngest woman to ever win the women's singles at a Smash. Be interested to see if Lin Shidong would be as well. I think he would. Obviously already won the China Smash. Liang's best achievement, the champions in Incheon.
This point is incredible. From the tomahawk chop block of Lin Shidong to the slow spinny one that Liang Jingkun had to move forward and save from near the ground.
Oh, that was exceptional. I think his right knee scraped the floor trying to pick up that loaded shot block. These are the rallies that we love to see.
12 shots, and even one of them would be crazy to return for most. Get ready, Skylob comes down, the power, the racket's twiddled. Oh man, this is a ball that's hit so high with so much topspin that it starts to move back towards Lin Shidong's side right near that baseline.
I'd actually class that as a good bit of shot selection given where he was, because that would have been so difficult to get over for Liang.
And it would have kicked far. Some facial expressions from my Joe Pesci for the team.
It was a crafty push, though, in the previous point to get Liang on the front foot there.
It's interesting to see. Can you talk to us a little bit about, as we see Lu Liang here, president of the CTTA, has been heavily involved in WTT for some time here, champion of all the major events before WTT. Can you talk to us about why you'll see a player turn their racket around, especially on the Chinese team when they get lobs coming in?
So usually the backhand side, the rubber there, is a little bit softer. That means in order to play the smash, you want that security, which you can get with the softer, slightly slower rubber. And also if you want to sort of come across the ball, play a sort of side spinny smash, you can do that a bit easier with that rubber as well. Did I put that clear enough?
Well, I think it's interesting. I hadn't heard that before. I was going to say Typically on the backhands, they use a faster, softer rubber, something that's not as hard, less about spin, more about speed, because they have such a high ball. They don't need the grip as much. So then they're hitting for power. And that's why Lin Shidong, when he had to turn and play it back, the ball was just so much faster because he put the backhand rubber on the forehand side. That extra spring.
See?
Yeah.
Learned something new.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll talk about it more. It's interesting. 7-3 here, Lin Shidong. But at the back of the table for the cleanup, Liang Jingkun springs through.
Again, a barely attackable ball. But it's high enough to allow Liang Jingkun to come in over that. Nice shot. Even Lin Shidong, I think, appreciated that.
Yeah, the face, right as you said, nice shot. That's exactly what his face said, too. Jinx.
4-8.
You've got Liang Jingkun in position here with his racket high, and still, that's how powerful Lin Shidong's shot is. I mean, you saw how high Liang Jingkun's racket was. What more can you ask for to be ready? That's when you can't be ready at this level. That says quite something about the power that Lin Shidong has.
He's just absolutely perfected the timing with that backhand. You don't need a big stroke to produce a powerful stroke. The foremotion just tucks up a little bit. He creates a cave with the body. It's the acceleration.
Some momentum here. Lin Shidong, 6 of the last 8 points as he dries his hand on the table to have full control of the racket. We are in a tropical, beautiful region of the world. Another IOU in the pocket, some clear frustration. I hit him in the head. Wow, there's instant table tennis karma between points, but this was as instant as can get. Wait, I hope we get to see it all the way. Oh, he let it hit him in the head.
Yeah.
This is great. Hold on, wait for it, wait. Maybe on a towel break. We're between games, who knows? Fun times here, social media, WTT. Another net early in this rally to give Liang Jingkun advantage. These IOUs for Gao Cheng-Rui against Felix Lebrun was very real. He was on the receiving end of a whole lot of net, a whole lot of edge. So Lin Shidong just has to hang in there. Can't let it affect him mentally. Good move in near the table. Liang Jingkun had the idea. Lin Shidong had the answer.
Yeah, very talked about serve, the shovel coming around the side of the ball. Tough to identify what was on that for Liang. Paid the price.
Chop block handled well, but that was a wonderful chop block. Liang Jingkun didn't blink.
Amazing that he knew exactly how to meet the ball, given the fact it was swerving so much.
That was Niwa-like. The amount of spin, and as low as that ball was, most players would have dumped that into the net.
10-8.
Comebacks, we've seen him before. Liang Jingkun's been down in some crucial moments. It's been a long way, though. He was trailing in this game quite a bit. Whoa, Liang Jingkun. I think that's the most cheers in unison I've ever heard for him, and we've spent some time in mainland China before.
Probably because he plays doubles with Wang Chuqin.
There it is. Lin Shidong takes the game 11-8, and he's got several.
5-4.
As you and I know, having played on this table, it's very responsive, which is wonderful. It's what you want. So when you put a bit of extra spin on it, that kick or the bite will be quite noticeable. Lin Shidong in front now with quite a streak here.
Amazing.
4-6.
Talking about sort of playing through the fingers in table tennis. When you play the backhand, you've got to put your thumb up a little bit high with a shake hand grip. Press down a bit more, you see it there. It's just exceptional.
Right into the crossover. Liang Jingkun pulls the right leg back to create a little space for the forehand. I like it. We're seeing more and more personality from the up-and-coming stars. Liang Jingkun's had his fair share. Times it's come back to bite him, but it's been great as a spectator. The fact that he gets a
7-5.
racket on it, fully extended, Liang Jingkun is quite limber for a guy that looks like he might be a linebacker.
Yeah, or a prop forward in rugby. Thick set guy, Liang Jingkun. 6 of the last 8 though to Lin Shidong.
I thought it'd be fun if we spent the next minute just saying like, or a security guard at a nightclub.
Just keep going.
Yes, exactly. Short side of the table, Liang Jingkun in trouble here after Lin Shidong. Testing the footwork between points there, an occasional throw. It's amazing to me that that doesn't happen more often. The assistant umpires have to throw a lot of balls out here. Hey, the youth. Nice. Wang Chuqin in the back as well, alongside Shang Peng.
It's fascinating yesterday when we were waiting for the bus, seeing the youth team, the Chinese youth players there, and Wang Hao walks in, sits down, and they're all so like... Oh
silent.
Yeah. The god of the sport has just walked in.
The warden holds the keys.
Yeah.
Let 6-8.
No, the respect. I mean, it's funny. I think in the table tennis world, you see a Chinese uniform and you're already just silent. You just feel it. It carries so much value, so much honor.
Yeah.
And
6-9.
then the legends, the totem pole is so long, but the coaching staff, I mean, they're all humans. But what they've accomplished within this sport, as you and I are both pretty diehard table tennis fans, the first time you see Ma Lin in person, this is what these players will be for many of the next generation. And Lin Shidong at 19 years old, world number 2, has 4 game points to take a 2-1 lead after being beaten in the first. Heavy spin, secure, safe, saves a game point.
Yeah, clever shot. He knows that Lin Shidong's eager to finish this. It's the umpire, Sean Coate, warning Lin Shidong for there.
I got nothing. Maybe just reminding him to come back to the table. Ooh, tomahawk, no, another one.
8-10.
He's gonna have to get like an entire briefcase for his IOUs. Even in the point, he won a point earlier off the net. Oh, it's so pretty from under the table. That's a good recovery, but nothing to be done here. I want to see the face of Lin Shidong in this.
Yeah, it's a dribbler.
Oh, handles it well.
Such a beautiful shot, but you could see the physicality it took from Liang Jingkun to counteract all that backspin and side spin. Barely get it over the net.
There it is, shuts it down. The backhand lays the law and sets up a 2-1 lead for the curve.
Goes to show as well how quickly Lin Shidong goes back to the drawing board, embraces what he needs to do. Something so meticulous about him. I mean, that's the best quality of all of our young stars in world table tennis. How uncompromising they are. Don't make excuses, you know?
Champions don't make excuses. They make examples.
Nice.
Love 3.
Thanks. I heard that in table tennis commentary from like 7 years ago that I was rewatching the other day. This exchange here as fast as can be. And not a point dropped yet for Lin Shidong.
Yeah, this is a brilliant start from him. All the games apart from the last were pretty tight.
This ball's a little shallow. Thought it might be uncomfortable for a minute. Lin Shidong had other thoughts.
It's not easy to come in off a shallow ball and keep the racket angle closed with the backhand.
That's really crazy. And the way Liang Jingkun shakes his head is almost as if he said, I should know better.
Love 6.
Which is crazy to me, because if you had asked me, that shot would have caused so much trouble that it seemed like a great idea.
And it seems safer for Lin Shidong to play that counter than to wait for it and block, which most people would, because they'd be so intimidated by the amount of dwell Liang got on that.
Heavy spin. The dwell that Fraser speaks of when the ball sinks into the racket so you can twist and generate a lot of spin. Good answer to a fast opening forehand. Now, if you're just newer to table tennis, you've never played outside of your garage or a bar, or...
I mean, they both are.
Backhands on top of the table, holding his ground. It's funny, while you have to move quite a lot in table tennis, if you play the shot just right, you can move your opponent without having to move yourself. Lin Shidong did that in the last point.
10.
This is basically what they're both trying to do, is get the other one off balance first. It's a tug of war. It's not just trying to hit a ball that the other one can't return. It's moving them, and now 7 game points for the 19-year-old world number 2. The net recovery and the finish. The IOUs is going to need a whole trailer to carry. But he doesn't need him right now because he's up 3 games to 2. Lin Shidong looking at the world number 1 spot. Clever play from both sides, really. Lin Shidong soft backhand control, then goes for the shot there. And then a little bit into that elbow on the forehand side. Liang Jingkun gets a backhand from out of the middle. This is big for me. If Liang Jingkun wins that point, he's got some momentum. There's pressure. Again, the confidence on the other side would start to, well, question itself maybe. Oh, you can feel the pain. That is just too good. Inside the baseline of the table, a serve that would get a push from many, or a slow attack from others. And inside the baseline, Lin Shidong crushes it.
He pivots as soon as he sees the contact, as soon as the ball hits Liang Jingkun's forehand rubber.
9-2.
Just instinctive, and for Liang, this is tough. Finalist last time round, wanted to do one better. Amazing event, got his revenge against Wang Chuqin, but here, Lin Shidong on the cusp of brilliance.
Unstoppable backhands, and it sets up 8 championship points. We've seen some big comebacks from Liang Jingkun. This would set a completely new standard. Imagining it is tough.
Please off your flash. Thank you.
Damn, that was direct. I loved it. Not afraid at all. This is business time. Lin Shidong, untouchable. 11-3, 11-2 in the last 2 games. This was domination from the man.